Welcome back inside the Bell Alliance Center here in Charlottetown for game number 4 of the Major U18 Island Championships. The Kensington Wild take a 3-0 series lead here in the game number 4 against the Charlottetown Bulk Carrier Knights, and they'll continue to lead with their veteran netminder in George Gallant. The top goaltender in this year's U18 PEI New Brunswick League is 3-0 at 2.00 goals against average, a .930 save percentage. At the other end, the Knights will go back to the Charlottetown Islanders draft pick, Hudson Bradley, a 4.59 goals against average, an .864 save percentage. The Wild will control the opening zone face-off, and it's Arsenault streaking through the neutral zone up over the blue line. He'll fire one, drift it wide on the blocker side of Bradley. Battling for that puck there is Owen McPherson along the half-wall boards in there with Justin Smith. Taylor trying to keep it alive at the blue line. Sent back into the zone, and here's Seamus McEachran. McEachran gets the boots turned up ice. He'll cross over the blue line, fire one in. Gallant will take that one into the breadbasket and hold on as he looks to close out his 3-year Major U18 career here with his first Island Championship. Makes the first save of the hockey game. Face off down to the left of Gallant. Walsh will win that back to Batchelder at the blue line. He'll try and fire one through off the leg of Carson Griffin. He'll pick it up back from the corner and battle for it there with Gallant. It's Andrews who comes out with that puck for the Wild. He'll try and play it off the glass through the neutral zone. It's picked up by Liam Arsenault to Ethan Dixon. Dixon with Arsenault driving the goal. Big save in front there by Bradley. Inman from the point. Another save on there for Hudson Bradley. Here's Arsenault again. He'll cycle one down underneath the goal line. Picked up by Ethan Dixon. Dixon plays it up to the blue line, out of the reach of Inman, and it'll roll all the way back into the Wild zone. So a big early save there from Hudson Bradley on Liam Arsenault. For the Knights, Inman will start the breakout. He'll go rink wide over to Andrews, plays that puck back into the Knights zone, swinging back to pick it up. Here's Logan Gregory. Gregory comes the half wall to McKenzie, off to McGuigan. Caden McGuigan up the near side boards, plays it down into the corner, shovels one out front, comes to McKenzie. McGuigan with an opportunity, drags and fires. Gallant will blocker that one off into the side, and the Wild will start it back through the neutral zone, up over the line. Here comes Tweel off to Zhang. He'll fire one, and Bradley will take that one into the glove. So a good pace here to start things off. 2 minutes into this hockey game. Chances at both ends. Goaltenders answering the call early. Face-off will come to the left here of Hudson Bradley. It'll be Ashton Campbell in to take this face-off against Isaac Arsenault. Campbell will win that face-off. It's McEachran from in behind the net. He tries to play one back, and it's intercepted. Arsenault battling there is coming out with it, shifting and turning away as Clinton knocked off of that puck, able to get it over to McEachran. He dribbles with it in behind the Knights goal. They get it up to the half-wall board, streaking through the middle. Here's Campbell up over center ice. He'll play it into the zone. Campbell spins away from a body check, lets one roll down underneath the goal line. Monaghan battling for it. Out front it comes, and that one just rolled off the stick. Smith will try and blast one through. It's off a set of shin pads and all the way back into the Knights zone. Bradley will set it up there for Justin Smith. Smith up through center ice. He'll pass that one off and up through the neutral zone. That one out of the reach of Nicholson. It's played in by Dunn as it's fielded there by Taylor. Taylor goes cross ice D to Eddie Doyle. Doyle drops one back underneath the goal line. Dixon has to go back and pick it up. He'll play it up off the wall, and it will come to the boards. Here's Tebow. Tebow battling for it, able to stick that one out in the neutral zone. Smith gets a whack at it, and Nicholson drops it off to McPherson. Back out, ping-ponged around, and it's on the stick of Smith. He goes off the yellow dasher. It's picked up there by Inman. Turns that puck over, and Smith will drop it back. And it's started up here by Dunn. Dunn comes cross ice, near side boards to Coffin. Coffin will play that puck into the zone. Inman swings in behind the goal, plays it off. Dixon can't handle that one, and Coffin will shovel it down low, chase it down, tries to work it over. It's intercepted by Taylor. He'll play it off the wall, and there's Jordan Shaw. Shaw will bounce it off the boards. McPherson can't get a whack at it, and the Wild enter the zone. Playing the body into the corner there. That is Logan Gregory. It bounces around. It's on the half wall. Rolling puck. Nicholson tries to make a play with it. It's intercepted by Shaw. Back to Inman. He'll play it over to Mason Cook and goes all the way back inside the Wild zone. Luke Inman from behind the goal of Gallant over to Cook. Cook goes rink wide with it, and the Wild will start up. McDonald couldn't handle that puck onto his stick, and back the other way. Here comes Griffin, 3 abreast for the Knights. Griffin drives the goal, fires one, misses wide on the blocker side. Gregory from the blue line plays it down into the corner. Griffin again, centers one out, and there's an opportunity for Walsh. He just directed that one wide. Griffin again, poked away this time by Michael Arsenault. Arsenault up the far side wall, and the Wild will enter the zone. There's a pass intended for Arsenault that rolls to Denemy. He'll fire one in, knocked down in front there by Shaw. He's knocked off by Gregory. Gregory has that puck on his stick. He'll get it up to Griffin. Griffin will gain center ice and send that puck inside the zone. The goaltender out to handle that one. Should nullify the icing. But will not do so. And the face-off on the icing call will come to the left of Hudson Bradley. Face-off control by the Wild. Played down low. And it's picked up by Dixon. He'll come near side boards. Andrews will fire, and Bradley will make the save. Out from the corner, here's Liam Arsenault. Comes back to Denemy at the point. He'll go cross-ice, D-to-D pass. It's fired on and into the breadbasket of Hudson Bradley off the stick of Crozier. 14:58 left to go here in period number 1. We're scoreless through the first 5 here in game 4 as the Wild look to close out this series. Dixon off the face-off. Denemy will fire one high, but Bradley will glove that one down and hold on. Face-off comes back down to the right of Bradley. It'll be Andrews squaring off here against McGuigan. That face-off tied up, and McEachran will skate into it. He'll play it into the boards. McKenzie will leave it there for Seamus McEachran. McEachran through the neutral zone. He'll just stick that one ahead. It's bounced off the wall and comes back into the Knight zone. It's a foot race, and McEachran will try and play it away. Arsenault, Liam Arsenault cycles one down low. McEachran meets it there and plays it back up in the half wall. Carson McKenzie able to skate into that puck. He'll come through the neutral zone. Here's McKenzie. McKenzie will fire one in and pick up a whack at the rebound, but Gallant will cover that up and hold on here with 14:22 left to go. Face-off down to the left of Gallant. It's controlled there by the captain and Arsenault. Down underneath the goal line, here's Nicholson. He'll try and center one out to McPherson. It comes back to the point. Smith, cross-ice D-to-D. Dunn will fire one through off a shin pad just wide in the blocker side. Nicholson there to pick up the loose puck. He'll cycle it down low to McPherson. McPherson, a bouncing puck. He'll chase it to the near side corner boards as he's watched by Arsenault. Arsenault gets that one up to Zhang. He can't handle it on the half wall. Down low, here's Coffin. Coffin drives in behind the goal, plays one to McPherson. Back up top to Dunn. Dunn in the backhand, forehand over to Smith. Smith back up top to the middle. Dunn will fire one and traffic in front, but Gallant's able to slide, get his eyes, and hold on for a whistle. Shots even 4 apiece here through the early stages of this first period. Down to the left of Gallant. Face-off control by Caden McGuigan. He'll turn and put one towards the goal. That one wide on the blocker side. Shaw tries to trip it by Gregory. It'll go in behind the goal. Cook will chase it down. Backhands it back against the grain. Shaw can't handle it. McKenzie now will backhand one down to Caden McGuigan. McGuigan, one hand on the stick. Can't control that one, and it's back up the other way through center ice. And into the zone, here's McDonald. He'll fire one, and Bradley will take that one into the glove. So aside from the first big save of the hockey game by Hudson Bradley, there hasn't been a whole lot of opportunity on either side. And I think if you're the Charlottetown Knights, you have to be content with trying to grind this one out on home ice. If you're the Wild, content with playing a good road game. Here in Game 4, McDonald will fire that one up over the noggin of Bradley. Inman keeps it in at the blue line. He'll get it to Shaw. Centers across. Here's McDonald, the time to walk in. And Bradley there to kick that one aside with the right legging. Puck turned over again in the corner. McDonald. Here's Arsenault from behind the goal. Quick wrap opportunity there. And Bradley again. Another pad save. It comes through the neutral zone and chipped back by the Kensington Wild. Bradley will set it up there for Smith. Justin Smith. Go back to McEachran. He'll see some open ice, look for a stick, and there's a collision there at the blue line, and that one will go for icing. Knocked down was McLaughlin trying to go for that puck. So icing will be the call. Face off again down to the left here of Bradley. B. McKay in to take the face off against Campbell. Campbell will win the face off. Zhang can't make a play with it. Campbell tries to work that one up in the half wall. And here's McEachran. McEachran with the boots turned back the other way. He'll play it off to McLaughlin. Tries to play it in the zone. It's intercepted and lofted up in the air. Campbell able to knock that one down with the stick, but blown down with a high stick. Face-off come outside the blue line. Walsh will win this face-off. It's Batchelder. We're cross-ice to Gregory. He'll play it off the stick of Griffin into the zone, and it's quickly batted back. Here's a pass cross-ice. Gregory to Batchelder. Batchelder gains center. He'll find the stick of Walsh through center ice. He'll fire one. Kick save made by Gallant. Right idea there, trying to kick the rebound back out into the slot. The Wild able to clear it up into their bench, and another quick whistle here with 11:54 to go in the first. Walsh will win that face-off. Griffin drags and fires. Gallant there to answer with the blocker. It's set up the half-wall boards. Griffin drops that puck back. Gregory fires through traffic, and Gallant able to spot that one and hold on. Get a redo of this face-off back to the right of Gallant. Beat Derek Andrews squaring off here against Walsh. Walsh will win that face-off, but it's Denemy with the stick on it, and Dixon will start it back through center ice. Ethan Dixon with a stride. He'll stop up in the corner, spin away, puts one towards the blue paint, and it's Crozier. Crozier will go down low with that puck. Andrews over skates. Batchelder rims it on around, and Carson Griffin will meet it there in the half-wall boards. Griffin through the neutral zone, off to Jackson Batchelder. Batchelder will fire. Rebound in front. Open net. Griffin just put it wide. He'll get it back. Centers in front. That was Hughes just missing on the glove side. So a couple of great opportunities here for the Knights. But they whistle them both wide. One with a gaping net. The other with Gallant sliding across. Here's Dixon. He'll saucer one towards the goal. Reaching for that one was Liam Arsenault. Couldn't get a stick on it. It's Batchelder from the corner boards. Has to work one through center. Owen McPherson will knock it down. Come back through the neutral zone. He's all by himself. Here's McPherson. He'll drag towards center ice. It's Inman who will bat it away. Nicholson in the forecheck. It's picked up. Here's Coffin. Coffin. Stick lifted by Inman. Good play there. Luke Inman found himself in no man's land. Able to lift the stick and nullify another scoring opportunity for the Knights. Bradley gloves that one down, leaves it to McEachran. It's tipped into the zone here by Coffin. Gallant out to handle it with the stick. He'll backhand one across. It's played off the wall there. And out into the neutral zone by Taylor. Intercepted through the neutral zone. Here's Zhang. Brian Zhang will move his feet, put one towards the goal off the stick of Bradley. Knocked down by McPherson. McPherson off the wall, out into the neutral zone. Here's Coffin. He'll send it into the Wild zone. It'll hop over the stick of Gallant. Nicholson in the forecheck as Doyle plays that puck. Taylor now for the Wild. The defenseman will try and play it into the zone. It's into the feet of Clinton and shoveled back. Here's Eddie Doyle. Plays it into the Knight zone. It's picked up by Seamus McEachran. McEachran off the official. Centered out in front. Backhand save made there by Hudson Bradley. Here's McKenzie back the other way into the middle of the ice. Doyle gets his stick on McGuigan, and the Wild will turn it back. Here's McDonald. He'll walk the blue line, send it down low, and Tweel will drive the goal. Save made by Bradley. A bouncing puck in front. Another good save there from Hudson Bradley. And McKenzie through the neutral zone. He'll play it into the zone. He'll be watched there by Crozier. He'll stop up, try and work it out from the corner. McDonald through the neutral zone. Has Denemy joining the rush. Here's McDonald. He'll cut the blue line. Watch closely there by Smith as that puck is knocked down, chipped off the wall, and back comes McLaughlin for the Knights. McLaughlin tries to make a move. Crozier will stick that puck away. Campbell can't seal up the wall. Smith lays the body there in McDonald. Here's an opportunity. Shaw will rip that one. Misses on the blocker side. McDonald keeps it alive at the blue line. It's Arsenault off to McDonald. He'll walk in. Save made. Rebound scores. Michael Arsenault. Johnny on the spot in the rebound. And on the 12th shot of the hockey game, the Kensington Wild take a 1-0 lead. Great first period so far. 11:20 into the hockey game. The Wild get on the board on a goal from Michael Arsenault on the rebound. Bradley made the initial. Arsenault all alone in front. Hammers it home. Here's Dixon now. Right back on the attack for the Wild. Centers across. Arsenault was driving. Had the net. Couldn't get the stick on it. Back the other way. Here comes Walsh. Walsh tries to make a move on Inman. He's intercepted. Dixon knocked off of that puck. Griffin falls down in the corner. Cook able to make an outlet pass. Gets it to the wall. It's chipped out. Back 2-on-1. Here's Andrews with Ethan Dixon. Andrews fires that one. Made the iron sing as he beat the blocker of Bradley, who might have been reading the pass to Dixon. Here's Taylor. Taylor will fire. He had Dixon wide open bottom of the circle. Puts it off the blocker and held on. Face off down to the right of Bradley, and it's the Knights who will come away with possession. Coffin will backhand that one into the zone. Gallant out to play it. He'll rim it on around. It'll come to Nicholson. Nicholson backhands it down to McPherson. McPherson gets the feet moving, plays it back down to Nicholson. Nicholson with control. Off to Owen McPherson. Kept inside, and here comes the Wild back the other way. That puck behind Tebow. He's able to skate into it. Watched by McEachran. Played down low. There's a penalty coming up. Both officials with the arm in the air. It'll be Smith for a board. So the Wild operating at 26% here in the playoffs. They've had 23 opportunities. This will be their 24th opportunity of this series in game number 4. Puck played out. Here's Nicholson, and he'll send that puck immediately down off the face-off win by Cale Coffin. Doyle sets it up in behind the goal. Arsenault will drop it off to Dixon. Dixon up through center ice, will enter the zone in the middle, and he'll swing away. Tries to play one off to Eddie Doyle. Doyle chases it down. It's picked off and sent to the neutral zone. Dixon quick up back to Arsenault. Arsenault offside the whistle here with 1:25 left to go. And the Wild first power play opportunity. 6:55 in period number 1. Wild will control the face-off. Here's Doyle. Goes cross ice to Dixon. Dixon plays it back to Eddie Doyle. Doyle now will penetrate the blue line. He'll skate that one in and stop up. Come back up top to Arsenault. Arsenault Goes to the half wall boards. Here's Andrews. He'll play one across to Dixon. Dixon back to Arsenault. Arsenault will drag and fire that one. Bradley got that one with the blocker. Blockers it away, and McKenzie is able to get that one out into the neutral zone. It was knocked down with a high stick, and when the Wild touch it, we'll get a face-off. 6:17 left to go here in period number one. Kensington leading by a score of 1-0. 47 seconds left to go in the man advantage on a penalty to Justin Smith. Face-off tied up. It's played down. Here's Cook. In behind, and Cook goes through the middle of the ice. Here's a play in by Shaws. He will collide there with Gregory from the corner. Off the wall, it comes back to the blue line. Taylor over to Cook. Cook will walk in and put one that's directed into the glove of Bradley. And we'll get another face-off. Lots of whistles here in period number one, breaking up the flow of this hockey game. Face-off comes down to the right of Hudson Bradley. Tied up there, and Batchelor will shovel it back in behind the goal. Nicholson will send one down the ice, and that will do it here for the first man advantage for the Wild. They'll get a chance to break this puck out, and that's about it as we return to five-a-side hockey. Hughes will stick lift through the neutral zone. Here's Griffin. He's attacked immediately. Zhang will chase it down into his own corner. He's knocked off by Griffin. A centering pass comes. Here's a shot off a couple of bodies. Rolls to the side. Griffin tries to center it out. Back to the blue line it comes. McEachern will play it in behind. Out of the reach of Griffin. It'll come right to Zhang. Zhang able to get it out into the neutral zone. And here's Arsenault. Near side board. Centers one across. It's on the backhand and picked up now by Hughes. Hughes will send one across. Griffin from skate to stick. It's knocked away by Denemy. Arsenault leaves it there for Zhang. Zhang over the blue line off a stick. That one up and out of play with 4:49 left to go here in period number one. Face off down to the right of Bradley. One by Campbell directly back. Here's Clinton, cross ice D to Smith. Smith will spin away from the forecheck of Tweel. Off the skate, McDonald unable to keep it alive. He'll take a whack with it. It's in the neutral zone. Here's Tweel. Watch closely, and that puck is centered out. Here's McLaughlin up over the blue line. He'll fire one. That one off a shin pad. Drops directly in behind the goal. Denemy. Watch there, and McLaughlin comes out with it. He'll come back to the blue line. Here's Smith. Smith plays it off the dasher wall in behind. A centering pass made out. Couldn't find his stick. That was Monaghan. Through the neutral zone, Smith. Cross ice D over to Clinton. Clinton. Knocked off that puck, and a high pass. Couldn't be knocked down. It'll go for icing. Face-off won by McGuigan. Here's Clinton. He'll play across ice, and it's a pass up and into the zone. Here's McLaughlin. McGuigan now. Off to McLaughlin as he plays that puck back into the zone. Doyle tries to shift one out. The second attempt. Dixon cross ice to Arsenault. Arsenault will send that puck into the night zone. It's watch there. Gregory will take the shoulder and worked on the wall. Sauvaggio turns that puck over to Dixon. Dixon will play it down low. Comes back up top. Here's Doyle. He'll walk the line and fire. Tipped in front. Chance for Dixon on the rebound. Bradley was down. Shoveled it wide. And McGuigan battling for it on the half wall. Sent to open ice. And Crozier will center one. Tries to get it to Arsenault. Dixon. A Beauty feed cross ice. Andrews will fire. Bradley again with the save. Here's McKenzie. Shifting and shaking through the neutral zone. He's knocked off by Doyle and will draw a penalty. As the Knights will get a power play opportunity here with 2:51 left to go in the first period. A Little Caesars hot and ready. See if they can get this game tied back up. Knights power play 1 for 12 here in the series. They've had their looks. Face off one back to Gallant, and he'll freeze that one. We'll do it again from the left-hand side. Here's Hughes. He'll chase that puck down with McPherson back at the blue line, who receives. McPherson goes to Carson Griffin back up top. McPherson across to Smith, down to Nicholson. Nicholson comes up top to Owen McPherson. McPherson into the bumper. Hughes can't handle that pass, and it's cleared out by the Kensington Wild. Here's Smith. Smith up through the neutral zone will knock down by Nicholson right onto the stick of Arsenault. Arsenault short-handed. Off a stick, and with 1:17 left to go here in the power play. Knights unable to muster any opportunity. Unable to gain any momentum off of this opportunity. Face off down to the right of Bradley here. Won by Arsenault. Zhang will work it back to Taylor. Taylor will cross one over to Denemy, and Denemy will turn and send that one back into the Knight zone. McEachran will start the breakout. Works it off to Caden McGuigan. McGuigan inside the zone, bounces one around. Batchelder has the pinch. There's no forward there on the attack. And that one's sent out by Zhang. Here's McEachran trying to spin away from Zhang. He'll put that puck into open ice. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin, he's knocked off by Zhang. And 30 seconds left in the power play. 1:20 left to go in this first period. There's another errant pass. Batchelder back inside the zone. Will do things himself. The rookie defenseman drops one off to McLaughlin, who puts that puck where there is no one around. It's sent into the Wild bench. The Knights will get a offensive zone opportunity here with 1:01 left to go in the first period. Nicholson will win that face-off back to Smith. Smith, as the final minute of the first period comes, here's Coffin. Down low to McPherson. McPherson will try and feather a pass across to Smith. We're back to five-a-side hockey. A centering pass in front. Nobody home, and Dixon will start it back the other way. Ethan Dixon tried to go cross-ice to Andrews out of his reach. It's played there by Clinton. Comes to Coffin on the wall. There's another penalty coming up here to the Wild. It'll be Andrews. Gets a tripping call on McPherson. So the Knights 0 for 1. Never had a look there in the first man advantage. We'll get another opportunity here with 29.4 seconds left to go here in the first period. Nicholson, the third-year captain, without a point here in this series. Loses that face-off. Bradley will give it to Smith. Absolutely no urgency here right now with time running out in the first period. Smith to Nicholson, across to McPherson. McPherson will streak wide on Doyle. He'll try and backhand one to Griffin. It's off his feet. It'll come back to Smith. Smith will play it with the stick into the bench. And with 3 seconds left, we'll get a whistle. Knights will win the face-off, and that'll do it for period number 1 from the Bell Alliance Center here in Game 4 with the Wild leading the series 3-0. They'll take a 1-0 lead into the break. The 4-minute penalty to the Wild will give 3 minutes and 31 seconds to the Knights in the power play to start period number 2 and a chance to inch back into this hockey game. It was a goal from Michael Arsenault on the rebound. 11 minutes and 20 seconds into the first period. And that's where we stand after 1 period of play. We'll be back with more second period action here after the break. back underway here for period number 2 from the Bell Alliance Center. Knights on the power play here to start this second period. 3 minutes to work it on the Derek Andrews penalty. Arsenault will leave it there. Here's a breakaway opportunity. Shorthanded Shaw. Shaw in on Bradley. Scores. Fake the backhand. Goes to the forehand and scores shorthanded. And 40 seconds into the second period, the Kensington Wild are up 2. Here comes the Knights. McEachran drops it back to Batchelder. Batchelder through the neutral zone. Will spin away from Zhang. Tries to play it to McGuigan. Batchelder will get it back. He'll come back with it on his stick. Walk the blue line. Watched by Arsenault. Here's Batchelder. Tries to center one across. It'll get to McLaughlin. He'll work it back up top. McEachran to McLaughlin. He can walk down Main Street, and that shot blocked there by Inman. Right into the lane he comes. McLaughlin, rink wide over to Batchelder. Batchelder with a couple in front, comes rink wide over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin comes back up top of the circle, goes down to McGuigan underneath the goal line. Caden McGuigan will walk out with it. Tries to drop one back. Batchelder loses that one in his feet, and Walsh will swing in. Rowan Walsh, watch there by Taylor. Here's McGuigan. McGuigan loses that puck. It comes down low. Here's Walsh again on the backhand to McLaughlin. 1:38 left to go in the power play. He's forced off by Arsenault. Walsh will walk into that one in behind. Here's McGuigan. Watched by Taylor. Cade McGuigan will spin away in the corner. Try and protect that puck. It'll come to McLaughlin. He'll play it back to McGuigan, who will lose it in his feet, gain possession. Centered out. McLaughlin scores! Declan McLaughlin on the power play gets a feed from behind the goal of Caden McGuigan, and the Knights are back within one in the power play. Knights give one up shorthanded 40 seconds into the period. They answer back, and it's 2-1. Puck back down, and Smith will go cross ice to Campbell. A bouncing puck again, redirected back into the zone. Here's Cook. Cook off the backboards over to Crozier. Crozier through the middle of the ice. Puck intercepted, backhanded by Campbell. Bouncing in front. He's down. Scores! Ashton Campbell, Johnny on the spot on a puck that squeezes through Gallant. And just like that, the Knights have tied it up at 2. "21 seconds apart. Ashton Campbell ties things back up at 2 for the home team here in Game 4 with their backs against the wall. See if this can bring a little life into this Knights team now back tied up. Here's Clinton, puck on his stick. He'll play it off the boards, and McKenzie has to battle for that puck. A centering pass across. Here's Doyle, afforded the opportunity. Walks in, no traffic in front, and Bradley takes that one into the breadbasket, holds on. Puck to Batchelder, over to McGuigan. McGuigan tried to center that puck in front. Off the wall, it's centered through the neutral zone. McDonald drops it off. Here's Arsenault to the goal in front. Shaw couldn't get a whack at it. Puck knocks the net off, and we'll get another whistle. Face off down to the right of Bradley. Controlled there by Walsh. Batchelder will start it out through the neutral zone. It's played off to Griffin. Griffin looking for an option. Feed over. Hughes with an opportunity. Batchelder towards the goal. Gallant scrambling. Big time kick save there on Rowan Walsh as he was able to find that one. Here's Hughes in front. To Walsh again. Big time save from George Gallant. He came back after giving up 2 goals in 21 seconds to answer the bell. Here come the Wild back the other way. Dixon whistles it wide. Griffin on his horse chasing down that puck. Wow, what a sequence there. Both from the Charlottetown Knights and the netminder George Gallant. That's what you got when you got the best that the league has to offer. Here's a centering pass, comes back to Denemy. Denemy cross ice, intercepted by Coffin. Down into the corner, McKay. He's knocked off of that puck by Batchelder. And that's a little bit of a weak call here in the playoffs by the official. Light on his feet. McKay knocked off. Tough call to make in a 2-2 hockey game. Back to the blue line. Here's Doyle. Doyle knocked down, and that puck sent down the length. It's Gallant. We'll leave it there. Second power play opportunity here for the Wild. Unable to convert in their first one. Streaking in towards Bradley. That was Arsenault. As McEachran picks that puck up from behind the goal, then Knights will come 2-on-2. It's McKenzie driving the goal. McEachran will fire that one up high. Gallant pulls it in and sucks in the rebound. Shots on goal in favor of the Knights, 21-20. They were 17-10 after period number 1 in favor of the Wild. So the Knights have come out with an answer here in the second. They gave one up very early, 40 seconds in short-handed. They answered back 21 seconds apart. First one on the power play. The second comes off the stick of Ashton Campbell. Campbell, the brother of former Charlottetown Knight Nathan Campbell, just the spitting image out there on the ice the first year forward. But here's Shaw entering the zone. Shaw towards the goal. That one rolls down into the corner. Taylor from the corner. He'll play one across. Zhang comes back up top to Cook. Can't handle it at the blue line. That one comes back into the neutral zone. Mason Cook plays it up to Zhang. Zhang over center ice. He'll enter the zone. Drop one off. Shaw tried to go cross ice over to Isaac Arsenault. Arsenault in behind the goal, pinned up there by Smith, able to come out with that puck. Back up top, 29 seconds left in the power play. Zhang to the center. There's a shot on. Shaw got a stick on it. A hard redirection that rolls wide on the blocker's side. Campbell will backhand that one outside the zone, and it comes down. Gallant plays it off the wall, off the bench. Here's Griffin skating into it, tries to toe drag move that one. It's intercepted. A rink-wide pass over on the stick of McKay. McKay to the center ice area. Tweel got a whack at it, unable to get that one towards the goal. Here's Griffin. Fresh out of the box is Walsh. Griffin looking, tries to feather one through. Inman got the skate in the way, knocks it in behind the goal line, makes a breakout pass to Tweel. Tweel through center ice. He'll work that one off to McDonald. He's closed off, and the back pressure from Hughes tried to center one up over the stick of Griffin. Played back in by Denemy, and it's picked up in behind the goal. Gregory escapes a body check there, looking for an option, works it back in behind, and it'll come to the half wall. McKay battling there. He's pickpocketed by Griffin. He'll put that one out into fresh ice. Hughes able to skate into it. He'll work it down into the zone. He was all tied up there trying to enter by Denemy. Just as easy as a call as the last one. Hughes will get a shot on, save made. Okay, buddy. 12:45 left to go here in the second period. 2-2 the score. Nicholson wins that face-off back. Here's Smith. Smith through traffic, tipped in front, down in front. There's a shot just wide, scrambling. Wow! I have no idea how George Gallant was able to keep that puck out of the net. He was down on all fours, able to seal it. Knights are pushing here in the second period. George Gallant, after giving up two, has been there to answer every single call that's come through. Face-off will come down to his left. Off the draw, Nicholson tries to shift that one towards the goal. It's the Wild able to get that puck through. It's Crozier. He'll dish that one off. It'll come into the zone. Dixit. A centering pass. That's to Doyle now. Doyle over to Crozier. Crozier will put one towards the goal. He was looking for the stick of Dixon off the backboards. Doyle plays it down to Ethan Dixon. He's closed in there by Smith. Doyle will swing in, pick that puck up. Back up top, it comes to Crozier, across to Arsenault. Arsenault tipped in front, up high off the crossbar. It was Andrews. He'll get a second opportunity. That one off the glove. And another whistle. Opportunities now at both ends. That one didn't miss by much in the redirection. Back underway, in behind the goal. It's picked up by McDonald. A shot on through. Bradley didn't see it. He was able to kick it away, and up comes Murnahan. Murnahan up over the blue line. He'll shimmy and shake down into the corner boards. He's watched there by Cook. Shaw picks it up. It's back through the neutral zone. McEachern will handle it. It's a cross-ice D-to-D pass. And it's picked up by McDonald. Here's a centering pass. Inman with an opportunity in front. Bradley able to smother that one with the glove with 11:17 left to go. In period two, all tied up at 2. Face-off controlled. Here's Doyle. Doyle will fire one, and Bradley makes the save. Caden McGuigan tries to make a play in the wall. Tweel able to knock it down. He'll shift it in behind the goal. It'll come to Zhang on the half wall, plays it back. Zhang gets it off the stick of McGuigan. Batchelder takes a whack at it, tries to gum things up. Back to the blue line it comes. There's a shot from the point that's gloved down by Hudson Bradley, and he'll hold on. Face-off will come down to the right of Bradley. It's a tight hockey game on the scoreboard. Chances on both sides. McKenzie forces that puck outside the zone off the face-off. Doyle will chase it back down. Doyle, the Halifax Mooseheads property, has had himself a whale of a season here in the league for the Wild. He led all D in points. He was the top defenseman. Much eyes on Eddie Doyle to don a jersey of the same color next year with a Mooseheads crest on the front of it. Is the native from Tignish, Prince Edward Island. Here's a backhanded opportunity stopped by Bradley. Taylor will play that puck back to Zhang. Zhang, watched by McKenzie, back to Taylor. Doyle calls for it, wants it, gets it. Circle, fires, save made. Off the blocker. Back down low, here's Arsenault. Arsenault with Zhang, and it's picked up. Isaac Arsenault battles for that puck along with Smith. Zhang will come in and drops one back. Smith can't handle. It comes down low. Arsenault's all by himself. He'll fire in tight, and Bradley was there. Makes the save, holds on. 9:47 left to go here in the second period. Here's Walsh over to Hughes. Hughes back to Walsh in front. George Gallant there again. He's made 4 or 5. 10 Bell saves here. Here's Dixon. Dixon. Off to Carson Griffith. Hughes will drive the goal. He'll try and jam play it side of the net. And the Wild will come out with it. Griffin shovels it back in behind. It's picked up. Here's Griffin again. Off to Hughes. Hughes drives the goal. Tries to feather 1-5 hole. Centered out in front. Walsh with a whack. Gallant again with another 10 Bell save here. He's keeping this game tied at 2. No doubt about it. Off the wall by Clinton, picked off by Dixon. Here's Arsenault in the slot. Arsenault will shimmy away. Back to the point. There's a shot and a save made by Hudson Bradley. Lots of shots in this hockey game. 2-2 the score. 28-27 in favor of the Wild. But let me tell you, the star of this one so far, where's number 1? And he plays for the Kensington Wild, and George Gallant. Wow, has he made some saves here in this second period. Here's Coffin for the Knights, up into the zone, tried to play one across. Nicholson off the backboards, comes up top to Smith, and Gallant will see that one through and hold on. Face-off down to the left of Gallant. Coffin will control it. Nicholson will put one. It's in the feet. In the face-off circle, Shaw through the neutral zone. Goes rink wide. That one off the stick, directed into the zone by Michael Arsenault. Arsenault can't handle it. It'll come half-wall boards, and Coffin will play it off to McPherson. Owen McPherson streaks into the zone, spins away, centers one to Coffin, back to McPherson. He'll come cross ice. Here's McEachran right out top of the blue paint. Gallant cut the angle. That puck sent down the ice, and will go for icing. Good, another good look there for the Charlottetown Knights. It was on the stick of Seamus McEachran. A nice pass across. He was able to walk down Main Street. Gallant right out top, crisp of that blue paint. Wild will control it. It's knocked down. Here's Walsh. Walsh tries to center it. It's picked off and played back into the Knight zone as they'll chase it back. And again, another icing call. 7:41 left to go here in period number 2. Tied up at 2. Wild lead this series for the Major U18 Provincial Championship by a score of 3-0. A big win last night on home ice where they came out to a commanding first period lead. Here's Griffin. He'll drag and fire off the face-off. Kick to the corner by Gallant. Inman will battle for that puck. Griffin comes in. He's working with Walsh. McDonald will join in. That puck comes free. Arsenault will knock Walsh off of that puck. It's down in behind. Hughes will control it. He'll center one across. Griffin on his stick. Couldn't shovel it to the goal. Second one goes through the blue paint. Shaw tries to chip that puck. He'll get it back through the neutral zone. Here's Arsenault. Streaking over the blue line. He'll fire. Blocked away by Smith. A chance in front. Whistle up and over top there by McDonald. Knights head the Wild hem there with some tired troops. A couple of pucks that go through the blue paint. Right back the other way come the Kensington Wild. Michael Arsenault with a chance. Face-off will come outside. Ashton Campbell in to take the face-off against McKay. Campbell tied this game up for the Knights, and a puck that slipped through the wickets of Galante was there to shovel home the garbage and tie things back up. That puck will roll down in onto Galante. He watches it closely, doesn't touch, and now it'll be the Knights unable to change on an icing call. So it was the Wild who jumped out to a 2-0 lead. 11:20 into the first period, it was Michael Arsenault. 40 seconds into the second period, Jordan Shaw shorthanded on a breakaway, faked the backhand, went to the forehand. The Knights answered back on that same power play on a goal from McLaughlin, and 21 seconds later, it was Ashton Campbell who snuck in behind the D, found a loose puck in the blue paint, and put it in the goal mouth. Dunn fires one, tipped in front, chance in front, George Gallant, another scorpion-like save in front, a glorious opportunity, back the other way, 3-on-1, here comes the Wild, centered in front, and Tebow whistles that one wide on the 3-on-1 glove side. Little riverboat gambler hockey here in the second period, back and forth action. Arsenault couldn't knock that puck down. Here's Dunn off the backboards. He'll find McEachran. McEachran up the half-ball boards. Here's McKay down low. He'll try and center one out. He'll pick that puck back up on his stick, come back to the blue line. Walking the line, firing through. That was Taylor. Kicked aside to the corner by Bradley. McKay tries to stick handle that one. He'll pick it back up in the corner. Watched by Dunn. Rimmed on around. Here's Doyle. Doyle will look for a lane, try and find one. Bradley the save. Rebound down in front. He'll poke that one away from Zhang. Another centering opportunity. A good stick lift in front there by Aiden Savaggio. He'll nullify that opportunity. Here's Zhang back in the penetration attack. He'll fire. Dunn will block that one away. It's shoveled, knocked down by Arsenault. Here's Zhang again, top of the circle. Tries to feather one down. Doyle from the blue line will backhand one back down low. Here's the captain, Arsenault. He'll fire that one, and Bradley will cover up, and some tired troops for the Knights get a change here. 5:09 left to go in the second period. Much like the game here on Wednesday evening, this one's a barn burner, folks. A great crowd on hand. A total 50-50 of $1,150 here in Charlottetown tonight. Just an absolutely great game. The latter could be said for the two home games of the Kensington Wild. They really took it to the Knights on home ice. Here's a pass back to Doyle. Doyle will fire through, and Bradley will take it into the glove and hold on. Face off down to the left of Bradley. Controlled by Arsenault. Inman from the blue line. Blocked by Silvaggio. Taylor. Make that tweel. Goes down low. And the net will come off. And we'll get another whistle. Knights will come out with the veteran line here. The Wild answer back with a couple of youngsters and their superstar, Ethan Dixon, who led the league in scoring this year. 75 points in 35 games, the league MVP. In his final season of Major U18, looking to close it out with his first championship, much like his netminder who stole the show here so far tonight. Here's Nicholson, one hand on the stick, trying to make something happen. He'll get it down low to McPherson, who lost that puck. Cook shovels it out into the neutral zone. Batchelder right up to Nicholson. Off to McPherson. McPherson back to Nicholson. Goes through the legs. Couldn't handle it. Here's a step up by Batchelder and back the other way. Here comes Liam Arsenault. Arsenault across to Andrews. He got a stick on it. Shovels it wide on the glove side of Hudson Bradley. Here's McPherson. He gets that one out into the neutral zone. It's back, and Cook will play one cross ice to Crozier. Crozier will play that puck into the Knights bench. And with 3:57 to go, we'll have a defensive zone face-off here for the Kensington Wild. It'll be Walsh in against Michael Arsenault to take this face-off. Griffin will turn and fire. Kick save made. Off the face-off by Gallant through the neutral zone. McDonald plays one cross-ice. Arsenault trying to go to the goal. He'll get a stick on it. Puts it just high up over the goal of Bradley. Skating into that puck. Here comes Rowan Walsh. Walsh over the blue line. He'll play it off to Griffin. Griffin centers it out. Hughes gets a whack at it. That one just dribbles wide on the glove side. Sent down the ice. That one will go for icing. Face-off will come back down to the left of Gallant. McGuigan this time in against Arsenault. Now it'll be Shaw as Arsenault's exited out of the draw. McGuigan will win it across. It's rimmed on in around the boards, and Crozier will play it back into the neutral zone. McEachran puts it into open ice. It's tied up with the official. Doesn't make its way to McKenzie. Shifted ahead. And Carson McKenzie will take a selfish penalty. And put the Knights down a attacker here. Unsportsmanlike conduct going to be called against the Wild here with 3:10 to go. That'll even it out. So McKenzie gets a little lucky on that one. Could have been a very selfish penalty here in a tie hockey game with your backs against the wall. Somewhat goats Denemy into taking an unsportsmanlike penalty and will remain at 5 aside. Here's Tweel on the backhand. Feathers that one through. And it will roll off. Try to center into the slot to Zhang. It's chipped off the wall. And here's Coffin. Coffin into the zone. Watch there by Zhang. It's centered back. Here's Nicholson. Nicholson looking for a point here in this series. He'll put that one through the blue paint. Smith with a good read at the blue line. Keeps that puck alive down low. Taylor battles with McPherson. Zhang tries to center it out. It comes. Here's Nicholson. Back to McPherson. Sticked away by Gallant. McEachran at the blue line. Shovels it down low. Off the dasher board, it'll come. Here's Nicholson. Leaves it back in behind for Coffin. He'll try and jam away at it. Side of the net. It's picked up by Isaac Arsenault. Off the glass to the blue line. McEachran can't keep it alive. And that one will come out, and it'll be offside with 2:20 left to go here in the second period. Knotted up at 2. Game 4. Wild with a chance to take home the hardware here tonight. Face-off won by the Wild. It's Inman. He'll go cross-ice D to D, and they'll streak up through center. Here's Andrews. Andrews will drop it off. There's a shot on into the mitt by Liam Arsenault. Glove down by Bradley. Nicholson will come out to take this defensive zone face-off. It's controlled. Dixon will fire, and Bradley will take it from stick to glove and hold on. Here's Dixon will drag and fire again. Top of the circle. That one blockered away by Bradley. It'll come back to the blue line. Shifted towards the goal. Inman pinching in from the blue line. Plays it down low to Dixon. He'll center one out. It'll come all the way back into the Wild zone. Gallant out to handle it. He'll play it off the backboards to Cook. McPherson on the forecheck. Near got his stick on that puck. Here's Arsenault. Arsenault plays that puck off to Andrews. He's shifting through the neutral zone. Derek Andrews will fire that one off the side of the goal. Pick it up in behind. Tries to center one out. It's picked up now. Nicholson overskates that puck. The Wild maintain possession. Here's Dixon. Dixon backhand, forehand, scores. Wow. What a centering feed. Andrews gets his stick on it and gets it by Bradley. And it's 3-2 Wild. They strike late in period number 2. .120 left to go here in the second. The Wild, on a beauty feed from Ethan Dixon, finds Andrews. He's somehow able to get his stick on that one, redirects it up over the goal. Here's a chance, centered out in front, knocked down. Griffin turns and fires. Back to the blue line it comes. Drag shot from Clinton. And that one chipped out into the neutral zone. Back come the Wild at Shaw with Arsenault and McDonald. McDonald will look. He'll pull up, backdoor feed to Taylor. Got a stick on him there from Griffin. Walsh will center that puck out to Hughes. Here's Hughes driving the goal. He's stick lifted by Taylor. Take it down into the boards. Walsh in the forecheck. Puck comes loose. And it's played there by McDonald. McDonald will play that one high through the air over to Shaw. Shaw centers a puck in front. Griffin off the glass, comes back to Doyle. He'll settle it way down in behind the goal. 20 seconds left to go here in the period. It's Smith who will come out with it for the Knights. He'll try and play one through the middle. Can't find anybody, and the Wild will get an offensive zone faceoff here with 12.9 seconds left to go in the second period. Face off down to the left of Bradley. McGuigan will control it. Smith will shovel one around. Here's Clinton. He'll try and feed that one to McLaughlin as it's bounced around in the neutral zone, and that'll do it here for period number 2 from the McLaughlin Arena in Charlottetown. The Wild with a 3-0 series lead will take a 3-2 lead into the third period. They led 1-0 coming in here to period number 2. Jordan Shaw, short-handed breakaway, made it 2-0 on the exact same power play. It was Declan McLaughlin on a beauty feed from Caden McGuigan to make it 2-1. 21 seconds later, Ashton Campbell found a loose puck in behind Gallant and tied it up at 2, and then it turned into the George Gallant show. He made 4 or 5 10-bell saves. It was just a highlight reel second period for him. And late in this period, a goal from Andrews on a beauty feed from Dixon. 3-2 Wild heading into the third period as they look to clinch a provincial championship. We'll be back with third period action here from the McLaughlin Arena after the second intermission. Welcome back into the McLaughlin Arena here in Charlottetown for the third period in what could be a championship clinching 20 minutes for the Kensington Wild as they'll look to get their first championship here in 4 seasons. They're leading by a score of 3-2 on a late goal from Derek Andrews. Face-off down, and we are underway. It's the Knights. Hughes tries to shovel one through. It's intercepted by Taylor, and that puck played down low. Here's Griffin, stick handling, puck in the slot. It's played back out by the Wild, and picked up here by Jordan Shaw. Shaw cuts top of the circle. Puck bouncing around in front. McDonald fires one off the post. Saving it on the goal line there was Smith. Taylor will fire that shot blocked. Justin Smith may have just saved it there for the Knights. Off the post, off the back of Bradley. And he swept it away as it was trickling towards the goal line. Save made by Gallant. He'll hold on for a whistle. 39 seconds into period number 3. Down in the zone. Here's Andrews across to Dixon. Couldn't handle it. It's Nicholson. Nicholson will turn that puck over just inside the blue line. Liam Arsenault will start back the other way. Tries to shift one across to Dixon. It's played there by Gregory. Gregory off the glass. Coffin can't handle that. That's McLaughlin. And going to whistle on a high stick. Face-off will come just outside the Knights' blue line. Declan McLaughlin will get a look here with McPherson and Nicholson. Andrews wins that face-off back. Cook cross ice D to D. Inman will play it into the Knights zone. Logan Gregory will pick it up there. He'll play it over to McPherson. McPherson tries to play that one across. Intercepted. Dixon back into the zone. Here's McEachran who will pick that puck off. Seamus McEachran makes a move. He'll continue on forward. Dish one off, and McPherson will fire, but that one a late whistle on the offside. McGuigan will win that face-off. McEachran goes cross-ice D to D to Gregory off the boards. Stick lifted, and Zhang off to Arsenault. Arsenault knocked off of that puck. Zhang will work it back to the blue line. It's kept in there as they battle for it along the half wall. Far side board squeaks out. Here's Cale Coffin. Coffin for the Knights up through the neutral zone. He's all tied up with the stick there of Arsenault as it's picked up by Tweel in behind the goal. He'll play it off the boards. Backing off there with Smith. He'll take it in the neutral zone. Cross ice D to D to Gregory. Through center ice. Plays one off. Coffin towards the goal under the stick of Salvaggio. And we'll get another whistle. 2 minutes into period number 3. 3-2 Wild leading this one. Looking to close it out here on the road with a sweep. Doyle will pick that puck up and skate it through the neutral zone. Andrews can't handle it. Come to the half wall. Here's Hughes with Griffin cutting through center ice. Hughes again tied up with the official. In behind. Eddie Doyle over to Derek Andrews. Andrews through center ice. Up over the blue line. He'll work it down underneath the goal line around Clinton. Andrews goes back door to Taylor in his skates. He'll shovel it down low. McKay knocked off there. He'll regain his feet. Center one out. Here's Taylor. He'll whistle that one way wide in the glove side. Hits a stanchion and bounces to Andrews. Andrews goes down low. McKay tries to center it out. Here's Carson Griffin. Back to the blue line. Doyle shovels it back underneath the goal line. McKay again. He's closed off there by Clinton. Aiden McKay battling with Nathan Clinton. For that puck down into the corner will come, and Hughes will skate it to center ice. Can't play it into the zone, and finally does. He'll head off for a change. It's picked up in behind by Cam Taylor. Taylor, D-to-D pass to Doyle. Doyle up to Michael Arsenault. Arsenault feathers one through. He'll get it back. Scores through the 5-hole along the ice. Michael Arsenault. His second goal of the hockey game, and it's 4-2 Wild. .331 into the third period. The Wild extend their lead to 2. On a goal from Michael Arsenault. Here's Arsenault again. Looking for 3. He'll fire one. Bradley will take it up high. It's in front. McEachran will come out with it. Here's Seamus McEachran. Puck on his stick. He'll work it up and out of the reach of McKenzie, and that puck will go for icing. Down to the right of Bradley, a face-off controlled by Campbell, and McEachran will pick it up. Plays it through the middle. It'll come to Carson McKenzie. McKenzie through center ice. He'll lose the handle on it. Campbell will get a whack at it. That one just wide in the glove side from behind the goal. Here's a pass up. Here's Andrews through the neutral zone. Derek Andrews will shift around, tries to cut towards the middle of the ice, and the Wild will maintain possession. Denemy shovels it back in. Here's Andrews. He'll try and center that puck out. Dunn can't knock it out, and Dixon will turn and fire. He'll whistle that one wide in the blocker side. Denemy pinching in here. Plays it back to Dixon. Back to Denemy. He'll play it down into the near side corner board. Smith will pick it up in behind the goal. He's watched by Andrews. Andrews tries to center that one out. Dunn able to put that one right on the stick of Mernion. Carson Mernion. Up over the line. He'll lose possession of that as it trickles into the slot. Denemy will quickly turn it back up for the Wild. He'll go cross ice with it. Over to Isaac Arsenault. Arsenault will fire that one. That was Liam Arsenault up and at a play. With 15:07 left to go here in period number 3. 4-2. Kensington leads. Batchelder up to the wall. Here's McLaughlin back to Batchelder. Across to McPherson through center ice. Nicholson tips that one into the zone. He'll chase it down into the corner. Centers it out front. Cleared away by Doyle. McPherson tries to blast one towards the goal. Here's Batchel towards the goal. Tipped in front. There's a chance. That was McPherson. Shoveled it off the side of the goal. He'll drop one back to Nicholson. He's in behind. Tries to play one in front. It'll roll to Hughes. Across to Batchelder again. He'll walk the blue line as he's watched by McDonald. Fire one in. Zero traffic in front. And Gallant will hold on and take a whistle. Owen McPherson had a beauty opportunity there to get back within one. He put it off the side of the goal. 4-2 Kensington, 38-38 shots on goal. Knights maintained the momentum in period number 2, scoring 2, but they had 5 or 6 grade A opportunities that were turned aside by netminder George Gallant. Here's Tweel from the corner. He'll play it down to Zhang. Closed off in behind the net by Walsh. He'll get it up to Hughes. Hughes off the wall and out of the reach of Griffin. It's played back there by Cook. Chipped into the zone. Cook gets it again. Tried to play it up to Arsenault. Here's Mason Cook again. Tried to go cross ice. Intercepted by Griffin. Hughes over skates. Batchelder will have to battle for that puck. It'll come rink wide. Luke Inman from the back end. He's on the rush. Watched by Gregory. He turns that puck to Hughes. Batchelder tries to go cross ice to it. It redirects into the zone. Hughes picks it up in the slot, tries to drag and fire that one, knocked down, and here come the Wild back the other way, but it's intercepted by Gregory and sent back into the Wild zone. Cook. Dixon was calling for it. Tried to be intercepted there by Gregory and back in behind the goal. Coffin plays it across to McEachran. McEachran off the skates of Liam Arsenault. Dixon will play it down into the corner. Couple of eights doing battle as McEachran comes out with that puck. He'll play it off to Coffin. Coffin into the zone. It's turned back, and McGuigan tried to backhand that one into the zone. Coffin streaks down the near side boards, puts one towards the goal. Gallant will knock it away. Smith will try and shovel one in. A centering pass comes right to Denemy. It's played out onto the stick of Dixon. Ethan Dixon tries to drag that one. Poke checked by McEachran. Back to the blue line it comes. Crozier keeps it alive. Here's Liam Arsenault. He'll fire a light shot in, and Bradley will take that one into the breadbasket. Hold on. 12:48 left to go here in period number 3. The Wild leading by a score of 4-2. 2 goals from the veteran forward, Michael Arsenault. For the Wild, the first and the fourth. Here's Taylor from the point. That shot blocked off the stick of McLaughlin. Smith will pick it up in behind the goal of Bradley. Backhands one that is out of the reach of McLaughlin. Taylor goes to the half wall to McDonald. McDonald trying to work it down low to Shaw. It's picked off, and McLaughlin through the middle to McPherson. McPherson will fire one off his stick, bounces off the back glass. He's the first one onto that puck, but Doyle able to stick lift and intercept. Here comes the Wild back the other way, 3-on-1. Arsenault streaking down. Here he drags and fires that one off the shin pad of Smith. Bounces out of the reach and played back in there by McDonald. A stretch pass up onto the stick of McLaughlin. McLaughlin will fire that one wide up over the glove. A shot on there from Murnion. Campbell centers it. Murnion can't get a whack at it. Here's a chance now. McLaughlin will turn and fire. Knocked down by the glove, and Campbell tries to get a second whack at it. Here's Cook from behind the goal. He's closed off, able to shovel that puck up to Shaw. Intercepted at the line by McKenzie. Here's McKenzie. He's stick lifted there, trying to get that shot away by Andrews, and that puck shoveled into the Wild bench. We get a whistle. 11:31 left to go here in period number 3. Face-off comes down to the right of George Gallant. Controlled there by McKay. That puck gets by Murnion, and it's Dixon up over the line. Ethan Dixon, stick handling there, forced off of that puck. McEachran will play it. Denemy sneaks in at the blue line, plays it in behind. Andrews can't get a stick on it. Here's Seamus McEachran. McEachran tries to play it up there to Murnion. It's in the neutral zone. Carson Murnion will forge forward down into the zone. It's sticked away by Andrews. Wild will play it back in behind the goal. There's a pass right on the stick of Dixon. He'll find a streaking McKay through center ice. He's watched there by McEachran. Griffin leaves it there. Walsh will drop it back and comes cross ice to McKenzie. McKenzie and Arsenault will collide. That pass for Dixon untouched, and will go for icing. 10:40 left to go here in the third period. 4-2 the score. Walsh will win that face-off, but it's Arsenault able to skate in. Isaac Arsenault will send it in. That one blockered away. Hughes tried to shovel that one up to Walsh. It'll come to Taylor. Taylor will spin away from the forecheck and play it off to Zhang. He couldn't handle, and Gregory will chip it back forward. That puck touched and will be offside. Face-off will come just outside the Wild blue line. Controlled by McGuigan, sent in by Gregory Gallant out. He'll leave it there for Taylor. Taylor, puck at his feet, is able to work it across to Doyle. Eddie Doyle from underneath the goal line. Plays it up to Zhang. He'll chip it out off the wall, and Isaac Arsenault will skate into it. Arsenault tried to go across to Tweel. It's down into the corner. Tweel, watched by McGuigan, puck in his feet. He tries to kick that puck up and does. Here's Savaggio working on the line. And the Wild will touch the puck, and there'll be a hooking call coming against the captain of the Wild, Isaac Arsenault. With 9:51 left to go here in the third period, the Knights will go to the power play. Looking to get back within one. Here's Smith from the blue line. Controlling it on the power play across to McPherson. He'll go down low. Play pitch and catch with Griffin across back to Smith over to Nicholson. Nicholson tries to feather one through. It'll come through the blue paint. Hughes will one hand on the stick, and then he'll pick it back up from Griffin. Justin Hughes. Back up top to Smith. Justin Smith tried to go to Griffin Denemy. From behind the goal, he'll pick up that loose puck and send it back into the Knights zone. 1:20 left to go in the man advantage. Smith picks it up. Here's Smith. He'll enter the zone, and Doyle will lose his stick momentarily. That allows Smith free rein to skate into that one. He'll try and work it to Nicholson. It'll come back to Justin Smith. Smith to Nicholson. Back up top to Smith. He'll walk the line over to McPherson. McPherson comes back to Nicholson. Nicholson through, and Gallant will make the blocker save, and that one will come. Arsenault's able to chip it out. Smith plays it back in. The Knights have to touch up, and the Wild will set things up in behind the goal. Gladly kill off some time in the power play. Doyle, he'll just send that one down. Tried to find Zhang with a high head-hunting pass, and Zhang into the forecheck, but McEachern will able to skate into it. Here's Seamus McEachern, skating it through the neutral zone. He's sticked away by Arsenault, and McGuigan picks it up. He'll come over to Batchelder. Jackson Batchelder will come down the wing, try and fire one, misses on the glove side. 20 seconds left in the power play. McLaughlin knocked off of that puck. That puck shifted back out of the zone, and the Knights will have one opportunity to penetrate here in the power play with 8 minutes left to go in the third period. Wild leading 4-2. Here's Batchelder through the neutral zone. He's stick lifted, and Cook steps up there in the neutral zone. Knocked off, and here comes Andrew. Back to five-a-side hockey. He's got Tebow driving the goal. In front, Bradley there with a big-time save. Rebound was shoveled back towards the goal there. Tebow with an opportunity. Bradley there to make the save to keep this within two. Here's McLaughlin up over the line. He'll play that puck into the zone. Gallant will play it over to Cook. Cook back to Inman. Inman in behind. He'll come across to Cook. Cook sidesteps the forecheck there of Coffin. It's picked off by Campbell. Campbell through the neutral zone. Will put one on. It's kicked aside by Gallant. It comes back out to the neutral zone. Smith will play it right back into the Wild zone. Mason Cook back to get it. He's watched there by Cale Coffin in behind the goal. He backhands it up. Half wall boards. Murnion battling there. Puck comes to the blue line. It's shifted out, and here comes the Wild back in the attack. Backhand pass across. That was Tweel. Up to Taylor. It comes at the blue line. That puck knocked down. Tweel again. Comes back to Doyle. Doyle able to keep it at the line. He'll fire a high shot. Glove down by Bradley. We'll get another whistle. 6:36 left to go here in period number 3. Up over the line, here comes Carson Griffin. Griffin across, there's a quick shot off the stick of Nicholson, off the shoulder of Gallant. Back in behind the goal. Here's Griffin, he'll try and center another one back out. It's picked off by the Wild, they'll start it back through the neutral zone. Shaw and Arsenault astride offside. Going to face off outside the Knights' blue line. 6:09 to go here in period number 3. 4-2 lead for the Kensington Wild, looking to sweep the provincial series here in the major U18 league. Book their trip to the Atlantic Championships. Here's Smith. Through the neutral zone, he'll find Carson Griffin. Griffin, the 3-year veteran of the Charlottetown Knights, Cape Breton Eagles draft pick. Hoping this isn't his last game in a Knights uniform. He'll spin away from Denemy. Center it out. Here's Hughes. He'll drag and fire. Rebound down in front. Comes back to the line. McEachern will fire. That puck is blocked with 3 Wild standing in front, and Zhang able to come out with it. Here's Brian Zhang. He'll shift that one down into the corner. Smith tries to backhand it to the half wall. Ursno puts it towards the goal off a skate, and Bradley will cover up. Offensive zone face-off here for the Wild. It's controlled by Andrews. Ursno back to Cook. He'll fire one through. It's off the skate of Batchelder. McEachern off the wall. Here's McGuigan. He had a stride on Andrews. It would have been a 2-on-1. Up over the line. Here's Coffin. He'll play it in. Silvaggio over to Cale Coffin. Drop back. There's a shot from the point. That one wide in the glove side. Comes rattling around, and Andrews from Ursno. Here's Derek Andrews. Shifty forward. Tried to play it back. It'll come to Inman. Inman will fire, and save made by Bradley. Andrews back to Liam Ursno. Ursno will play it down underneath the goal line, and Ethan Dixon tries to center it out. It's picked off by Seamus McEachern. He'll spin away from the forecheck of Dixon. Andrews comes in to try and help out. That one, a direct pass to Coffin through the neutral zone to Silvaggio. Aiden Silvaggio. He'll fire it in, and offensive zone face-off here for the Knights. His time is ticking with 4:27 left to go in the third period. Not a whole lot of urgency coming with the season on the line. Face-off controlled. It's McPherson. He's poke-checked there by Inman. Nicholson, he loses that puck through the slot. And Clinton able to keep it alive at the blue line. McPherson had Nicholson in front, couldn't get that puck over. And Shaw, he's lifted off by Nicholson there, tried to play it back into the zone. It's intercepted by Ursno. Here's Clinton. Clinton closed off there by Shaw. He'll come cross ice to McDonald. McDonald will play it off to Taylor. Taylor can't get it around Batchelder, and back through the neutral zone. Here comes Jackson Batchelder. 4-on-2 here for the Knights. Batchelder drops it off. McLaughlin will fire, and good blocker save there made by Gallant. A deceiving drop pass from Batchelder with an opportunity. McDonald will fire off the shin pads of Clinton. He'll put the second one in, and that one back to McDonald again. He'll fire that one, and that one off the shin pad of McLaughlin up and out of play. Face off down, and Gregory over to Smith. He'll stretch it out to Hughes. Hughes is closed off there by Denemy. Puck goes into the zone. It's down low. Centered in front. Griffin with a whack and a hack, but it's George Gallant again. Flashing leather with 3:19 left to go in the third period. He's settled in. He's feeling it, and he knows what's at stake. Walsh will win that face-off back. Gregory tries to fire through traffic off the wall. Smith over skates. He'll have to play it down low. It'll come to Carson Griffin. He'll take it off the wall. Tries to center it through the slot. It's intercepted in the Wild. Will start back the other way. Tweel Gets around Gregory, cuts to the goal, fires one in, and into the goaltender he goes as the Wild touch that one. Gregory will wrestle his man to the ice, and goaltender interference, holding. Oh, it's going to be a Knights penalty here with 2:57 to go in the third period. Down 2. Coffin comes in to take this penalty. Face off. It's tied up. Andrews and Coffin. Nicholson's able to skate into it. And he'll forge forward. Play it by Ethan Dixon. Gallant will knock it down with the stick. He's got to make a move with it. Nicholson collides with the goaltender outside as he went to play the puck. This is going to be an interesting call. He's out playing the puck. So a 5-on-3 here for the Wild. Justin Smith's going to get a 10-minute misconduct here. Evan Nicholson's going to get a 10-minute misconduct. Conversation happening here at the Knights bench. Somebody will have to go in and serve that penalty of Evan Nicholson's. Here's Dixon, 5-on-3. Cross to Eddie Doyle. Back up top to Dixon. He'll go down low. Underneath the goal line, here's Doyle across to Dixon. Dixon, they're playing with it in front. Andrews knocked off of that puck. McGuigan tied up with Arsenault. He'll go after him here now as they're all wrestled to the ice down underneath the goal line in behind Hudson Bradley. The coaches are getting into it here. The players are getting into it. Having a hard time separating Cade McGuigan down on the ice. So while they're going to come out with a point here, 5-on-3, they're going to keep running up 4-2 with their top guns. Drawn out process to the last minute. Here's Dixon. Over to Doyle. Goes down low. Back to McDonald. McDonald will play it underneath the goal line to Arsenault. Back to Doyle. Doyle will drag and fire. And wow. Nice goal there. Eddie Doyle showing off some offensive flair as he rips that one. Up over the glove of Hudson Bradley, and that's for sure the dagger. 5-2 here, and it will remain 5-on-3. The Wild will continue to come out with this top unit here, up 5-2. I guess if you're the Charlottetown Knights, you won't long forget this one. In a 5-2 sweep of a hockey game, you're going to run your top unit here in the last 2 minutes of the hockey game. Down low, Batchelder tries to clear it. It'll come to Doyle. Doyle, half wall boards. Across to Dixon. Dixon goes up top to Doyle. Comes down low. Arsenault. Back to Doyle, top of the circle. He'll work it across to Dixon. He'll fire and he'll score up over the glove of Hudson Bradley, and it's 6-2. .121 left to go here in the third period. Wild will remain in the power play with their top unit out. Dixon will skate back in behind the goal. He'll play it across, and Taylor will skate into it. Back it comes. Here's Dixon. He'll fire. One save made in front. McDonald will rip one, and that puck is stopped. 51 seconds left to go here in the third period. 6-2 the score. Be another 5-on-3 here for the Wild. Knights will win the face-off and played out. Here's Dixon. Cross ice D to D. 30 seconds left to go here in the third period. Dixon. Wild are going to skate this one out. And that will do it. Kensington Wild win the Island 6-2 in a sweep of the Charlottetown Knights.